control of their responsibilities is a bad thing. I'm gonna land there.
So I wanted to say that you said Nick Cannon has 6 women that he can call and one, how do you know that they all get along? So
I'm
like we
saying
really can't
potentially.
speak on that.
Potentially. I'm saying potentially. I'm not saying I know that. I'm saying potentially.
It is a 50% chance that they are, right? But it's also a 50% chance that they absolutely hate each other.
Facts, but
And
we
we
don't know.
already know, we do know for a fact that they don't all live in the same state. So realistically, we also know for a fact that Mariah Carey is not watching them other folks' babies. We know that. We know that's not happening. So there's
We
a
don't know
set of
that.
siblings that will be, yes, we do. Nick,
How do we know that?
We know that. We've seen enough. We've heard Mimi talk about this enough to know that she's not playing that role with Nick and all of those other children that he made. And he has his 2 with her first. She's not down for that. She's not in that community
You
that
think
he's
if
talking
her
about.
kid
So
said,
then you
"Mom
have
and Dad," you think if her kid
set
said,
of
"Mommy, I
siblings.
want my brother to come over,"
Yeah, one at a time.
I'm sorry. I just
You
want to
have a
ask a
set of
question real quick.
siblings.
I just want to
No,
ask a
but I'm
question
still going.
about
You
this
have a
statement.
set of siblings
Oh,
that
hold on,
are
Ty, hold on, Ty, let him finish.
disenfranchised, right? Or that are always going to be separated based off the fact that that was the one woman that he married. You don't think those children are going to grow up and ask why daddy didn't marry my mommy? Like, that's damaging in itself. Then
I
the
think it depends
lifestyle
on the
that they all
children. I think
have.
it depends on how the children are raised to think about marriage. So if they're being raised in a traditional Christian
they're
family,
being raised to
and
not
they're being
value it. The example is there.
so that's my point. So my point is,
So
if
you
they
think
are
that's
being
his show?
raised, let me answer you. If they are being raised to not value traditional marriage, then no, they would not be questioning daddy as to why he didn't marry them, why he didn't marry them, because in their mind, they would already understand that we don't value traditional marriage in this household.
Which is
Now,
so.
if they grew up, which personally, I value marriage. All I'm saying is, though, I'm not going to say that someone that doesn't value marriage is necessarily creating a problem for the community. They may not value marriage, but if he's taking care of them kids, and if he's taking care of those women, and he's doing his job in that sense, and he's doing work that enriches the community, then as far as I'm concerned, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, even if he's not married.
Today I saw a clip of Master P talking to his daughter who passed away from a drug overdose.
Mm-hmm.
There you have a man that's financially capable of taking care of his daughter, but he was probably on the road a lot and traveling around and fucking with bitches and all kind of things. Do you think that his fame I'm not really sure if Master P is not a family man, but I think he's divorced now. But do you think that having enough money can prevent your children from falling through the cracks?
I don't think there's anything you can do to 100% prevent your children from falling through the cracks. I think you can raise your children well with
But how
principles
can you
of God.
how can you
I think
grade
they
in
can
their
be raised in a
chances?
two family. I think you can increase their chances by imparting them with as much wisdom as possible, no matter what your circumstance. Like, if you're active in your children's lives, I think they're less likely to have a bad life. Obviously, we know the statistics. Children raised in single households fare much worse off than children in two-parent households. So I do understand that. I'm just saying that even marriages fail sometimes. Even Christian people raise children that die of drug overdoses. You know what I mean? Like, you can't prevent failures. Failures are going to happen. Some children, no matter what life you give them, they're going to choose to become a serial killer. It is what it is. But I'm just saying that I don't think we should beat up these guys that are trying.
Nobody's beating them up. We're asking them to be accountable for what they did. And I think evading
they already are.
Embarrassing.
And
they're not.
But
they're
this is why
making excuses for themselves, just like you're making excuses for them.
This is why I feel as though it's them being beat up, because it's like they are being accountable for actions. They're taking care of their children. There's no reports out there that Nick Cannon and Cam Newton are not taking care of their children. That's not the argument.
They are financially supporting their children. Yes, we know that. We
But
know
what I'm
that.
saying is there haven't been
We're
any
not talking
reports
about
that they're
financial
not,
support.
but there haven't been any reports that they're not physically present as well. Like I'm
We
sure
know
they have
they don't.
relationships
It
with their
doesn't have
children.
to be, because we know that he can't be in 11 places at different time at the same time.
Obviously you can't be in 11 places at once, but what I'm saying is you can still have a healthy, fruitful relationship with your child, even if you have a work schedule that doesn't permit you to be around all the time. That's all I'm saying. I think it's about quality versus quantity. So if I'm spending quality time with my child, but I only get to see them once a week, but that once a week they know that they're loved, and that once a week they know they're cared for, and they don't have a want in the world during that once a week, then I'm sure they'll fare better than a parent who's home every day but doesn't pay attention to their kid because they're too busy stressed about bills or they're working 2 or 3 shifts. That parent who's stressed over them 2 or 3 shifts might ignore their child every single day. Meanwhile, me, the parent who's on tour 6 months out the year, the other 6 months though, I'm with them every day. So I'm just saying, until we get more information about the nuances of how they're raising their family, I don't think it's fair to call their homes broken, especially when they're doing their best to actively be in those homes and keep those homes together. It's like
So we know
I
the
think the
definition of
broken
broken, right?
title.
You gave it to us earlier. The definition of broken, right?
Yeah, broken. Well,
You still have that pulled up?
Lapeef gave the definition, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think according to that definition, that's just where it's coming from. It's like not an attack. It's just calling it what it is.
I would say that's fair. The doctor though, that wasn't what she used. Her reasoning was your family's broken because it's blended, and that I still vehemently disagree with. If she was to say, okay, it's broken because it's not, you guys aren't one unit, okay, maybe that I could accept that. That's a fair argument. Good.
Well, I think presence matters as far as the outcome of your child. And it's like she said, it's hard to be present in 11 places at one time. Now, granted, Nick Cannon can afford to bring his 11, 12, or 30 kids to wherever he is, but that's just not what applies to average.
And how much money do we really think he got with all of those kids and women in households?
I don't know. I don't
Who
know
talking about,
his
Nick
business.
Cannon?
Because I feel like we be talking about them. Cam Newton too. He don't even play no more. So how long y'all think this?
Apparently he owns like a big trucking company, and he doesn't play no more. So what makes y'all think he's not home? That's my point. He don't even play no more. He's not playing football.
Because he stay laid up making
I don't
a
know
baby.
Cam Newton's situation.
No,
I just know
he has
that
a
he had
podcast. That's it.
I just know